Tēnā koutou katoa e hoa mā, kia ora koutou. Hey, before we get stuck into the when sentence structure, I thought I'd pass this across you. It's cool and it's worth sharing. I heard it this week and it's a bit of a follow-on from māku, mau, mana, and it sounds like this. Māku koe e tuarā. Māku koe e tuarā. I've got your back. Māku koe e tuarā e hoa, karawe. Alrighty, when. There's thousands of examples for the when sentence structure. When did he do this? When did she do that? When did he cook? When will she go for a run around the block? When did he kick the ball? Whatever it may be. But there's when in the future and when in the past. That's why we're going to keep it as simple as possible and split this clip up into two. The first half of this clip, we're going to look at when in the future tense. So I might ask the question, when will Peter arrive? Let's break this down and look at this. Are here plus the doer plus the verb plus I. What do you notice about are here? Are, future tense, that's the giveaway. Are here plus the doer plus the verb, which of course we know is the action word, and I. So let's use our example, when will Peter arrive? It might look like this. Are here, Peter, who's the doer, and the action word is arrive, which is taimai, and then just chuck the I at the end. So, are here, Peter, taimai I. When will Peter arrive? Now, just as a side note, e hoa mā, over the years, I've heard a lot of people ask the kaiko, why do we have to put that I at the end of this sentence structure? What does it mean? And 100 times out of 100 times, the kaiko has replied, it just is. It is what it is. And if you really want to find the meaning and delve into why it's there, that will come with time. But for now, let's just accept that we chuck an I on the end of this sentence structure. So what if I was going to ask, when will the family sing? Let's go back to our board. It's going to start all the time with are here. Are here, the doer is the family, so te whānau, and the verb is waiata, sing, and chuck the I at the end. So, are here te whānau, waiata I. When will the family sing? And in our final example on this board, I'm going to ask the question, when will the boy eat? Are here te tama kai ai. When will the boy eat? Are here te tama kai ai. Now, you can also chuck an e in there, and I only mention this because it's quite common as well. E rua, e rua. It means exactly the same. It doesn't change except there's an e between the doer and the verb. Let's use our Peter example. When will Peter arrive? Are here Peter e taimai ai. Are here te whānau e waiata ai. And e might be quite helpful as well because as we know, e is future tense as well. So, if you've watched my clips before e hoa mā, you'll know that I like to give 2 or 3 examples and I want you to translate these examples into te reo Māori. So we're going to ask 3 questions. And as you know, get a pen and paper or just look at it on the screen. Pause it on the screen. Answer it in your head. Press play and I'll give you the answer. 3 questions that I want you to translate into te reo Māori using this sentence structure without the e. First question, when will the cat sleep? Righto, did you get ahea te ngeru moi ai? Ahea te ngeru moi ai? When will the cat sleep? What about our second example? When will they return? They being 2, those randoms over there if I'm looking at you. When will they return? Let's go to our board. Did you get ahia, raua, hoki mai ai? Ahia, raua, hoki mai ai? When will they return? Let's look at our third example. When will you go? When will you go? Righty, did you get ahia koe haere ai? When will you go? Ahia koe haere atu ai pia? If you didn't, it'll just be a minor tweak. Just go back on this, look at this over and over this sentence structure. Kate the Pai. We're going to go into our second half of this clip where we look at when in the past tense, and then at the end of the clips how to give an answer to all of these. It's nice and simple. We'll keep it simple because there's thousands of examples. Let's head to when in the past. So we've looked at when in the future. When will someone or something do an action? Let's look at when in the past, and what you'll notice is that the board looks almost exactly the same. I told you we'd keep it simple. The only difference is we've added an ina here and an e, a little e between the doer and the verb. You may have also heard nona here with a macron on top of the o. Nona here. Ero. It's the same. But I like to stick with ina here. E reminds me of past tense. So we're going to be asking, when did someone or something do an action? Let's use Peter as our example again. So, if we were going to ask, when did Peter arrive? Let's go to our board. We'd say, ina here, a Peter, I, tai mai, ai. When did Peter arrive? What about when did the family sing? Ina here, te whānau, I, waiata ai. Ina here te whānau I waiata ai. When did the family sing? And finally, the same example as last time, except we've just changed these two. When did the boy eat? Ina here, te tama, I, kai, ai. Let's head to some examples. Once again, e hoa mā, I want us to translate this into te reo Māori, and they're almost the exact same questions, except the tense has been changed. So we asked before, when will the cat sleep? We're going to ask now, when did the cat sleep? Translate that into te reo Māori, e hoa mā. Did you come up with ina here, te ngeru, I moi ai? What about our second example? When did they return? They, meaning those two randoms over there. When did they return? Did you come up with ina here, raua, I, hoki mai ai? And finally, when did you go? It's a question we ask all the time, well I do. Oh, when did you go? Did you come up with ina here, koe, I haere ai? Ina here koe I haere ai. When did you go? Hopefully that started to make sense e hoa mā. All we've done is just tweak the way we start the sentence and chucked an E in there. How do we answer are here and ina here when sentences, if someone's asked us the question? Let's look at that now. Let's finish this clip off with an almighty zoom of the board and come up with some one-worded answers anake. Ina hea koe I kai ai. When did you eat? Ina kua nei. Just before, just recently. A hea koe kai ai. When will you eat? A kua nei. Shortly. When did you eat? Ina nahi. Yesterday. When will you eat? A pōpō. Tomorrow. When did you eat? I te rawiki last week. When will you eat? A te rawiki next week. And finally, when did you eat? Ina o last night. And when will you eat? A te ahi ahi nei in the afternoon, this afternoon. Notice the pattern. A, I. Look for the patterns and don't overcomplicate it. Hopefully they help te hoa mai. Kia pai tō pō. Ka rau.